Hey baby, ¿qué pasó?
Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amigos? Yes, it's Chief's Kitchen. We're back in Chief's Kitchen, and I guess you can tell by the opening, we're making Mexican food today. We're going to make a little calabaza, which is squash in Mexican, but it's squash, it's all cooked down with all the beef and the yummy goodness and all the spices, and I'm going to show you how to do the spices stuff, and we'll be adding some of Chief's green chili sauce, and well, maybe when it's ready. And we'll make some tortillas. We'll get the whole batch going on here in just a minute. But as always, Uncle Jose for the holidays. Here's to everybody. Oh, okay. And we're going to get to cooking. Stick with us. Alright folks, what I've done is taken a pound of beef. What I've actually done is I've had requests for deer recipes other than just frying it up or grinding it into sausage or burger. I don't grind much of my deer meat, and I don't make it into jerky either. If it ain't steak, then I might turn the scraps into sausage. That's about it. But anyway, what I've done is marinated it, of course, in Chief's Magic Meat Spice, and it's set overnight, chopped up, ready to go. And I chopped up some yummy yellow squash, and I like eating it raw, but I chopped it up. We're going to stew it down. I'm going to get it in the pan. I've already rendered down some bacon, of course. You know, Chief, I've rendered down some bacon, and I didn't film that because y'all know how to render down bacon. But I'm getting the pan warmed up, and we're going to start. We're going to start with the yummy deer meat. You can use a pound of anything. Beef. I prefer beef or pork. I don't use chicken unless it's in an enchilada or something. But I got the beef cut up. I got the squash cut up into equal-sized portions, you know, little bitty squares, so they're all nice and even. And we're going to get it frying up in the pan, and I will add some spice and show you what the spices I'll be using. It's going to be some of the Magic Meat Spice, but I use a little bit of chili pepper, and I do use a little bit of comino. Any brand, as long as it's good, fresh, you know, yummy kind. But let's get the pan hot. Let's get the stuff in the pan. Get to cooking. What do you think? Basically, while I'm waiting on the pan to heat up, I just wanted to tell you, for a good way to get your kids to eat squash, calabaza. And it's a little Mexican dish. It's very yummy. After it's all done, you're going to see it's pretty yummy. But we're basically just stewing down the meat, and you're making a broth. We're going to add a little bit of flour mixture later and kind of thicken it up a little bit. We're going to add our squash and all the yummy ingredients. But you're basically stewing down meat. You're going to make a yummy meat sauce with squash in it that you can pour over rice. I eat it with tortillas and refried beans, of course. But I'm not too good at my Spanish rice, so I just stick to the stuff I can make. But we're going to get this pan hot, get this meat in there, get it seasoned up, and show you all about it. How about it? What do you think? You going to join me? Stick around. It's going to get yummy. I'm telling you it is. Okay, folks, the pan's getting hot enough. Let's get this meat in here. And you can see it's all these little chunks of yummy meat. And be careful as you're putting it in. You don't want to burn yourself. I do use bacon, render bacon down, only because deer meat is so very, very lean. And because of the leanness, you want to add a little bit of fat to it because, you know, just make it cook right, just make it yummy. But let's get this in the pan, and while it's doing that yummy sizzling that we all love, I'm going to add the spices. Alright, little chili powder, that's right, not a lot. Remember, you're going to be making a broth like stew-like sauce, so you're going to want enough to stick to the edges of the pan, but actually I'm only going to add, it looks like a lot, it's barely coming out. It's about a teaspoon and a half. I'm going to add some comino. About a teaspoon and a half. And little Magic Meat Spice, of course, it's already got some in there, but it's added to it. But, okay, get this cooking on down. Get it mixing up, all the yummy little seasonings and love, blending together like a little wild orgy of sizzling love. But let's get this cooking down, and I'm not on high heat. I'm actually turning it down. Slow cook your deer meat, don't overcook it like shoe leather. And I'm going to turn it down, start to simmering it. As it's simmering, I will add the squash let it simmer in there too, and the yummy juices, and it all blends together, and you're gonna see, you're gonna love it, I'm telling you. Okay, folks, look at that yummy goodness. And folks, that's not grease in the pan, that's the juice coming off the meat that's going to eventually turn into your yummy sauce. I've browned the edges on the meat. It's slowly stewing down here now, and I'm going to add the squash to it. And you can. I'm using yellow squash. You can use zucchini squash. You can mix them to add color. I'll normally add some onion to it too, but this time, because I did have the onion powder in it, I didn't use it. And maybe just a little sprinkle more Camino, just a sprinkle to add to the squash, and a sprinkle of chili powder, just a sprinkle, and of course a little magic meat spice, and you know, there we go. Folks, what I'm going to let this do is, because the squash has its own natural juices, the juices from the meat, it's going to create a bubbling broth, and you just let it sit here and stew for, well, usually over an hour. I let it go until the squash is almost basically deteriorated. It's so tender and juicy, it's absorbed all the yummy flavors from the meat. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's just, it's yummy happening right here in this pan. And we're going to get back to it first. Secret ingredient. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Little Uncle Jose never hurts. And it just gives a little kick. Simmering love. Okay, as you can see, I put a lid on it. It's just sitting there simmering. Letting all that yummy freshness away. Anyway, while we're waiting, you're going to have to wait. It's going to sit there and simmer for at least an hour. It's going to take a while for those squashies to get nice and soft and yummy. And the meat just slowly starts to deteriorate. And we'll mix our little batter up. It's just a little flour and hot water like you would to thicken a gravy. That's basically all you're doing, is sticking up all the juices that are left over, and you're going to see. But while you're waiting, to y'all. Love you guys. All right, everybody, it's been cooking down for a little over an hour now. It's getting all yummy and juicy and lovingly looking, and I've basically taken I took a little bit of the juice and put it in a bowl and added a little flour. You can see, you won't need much. Half a teaspoon of flour at the most, because it does thicken up naturally on its own with the yummy squash. But I'm going to add this in, get it all stirred around very, very good, get it all mixed in, let all the yummy flavors mix together. That's right. And then I'm going to put the lid back on it to let it cook for, probably 30 minutes more, and it'll get all nice and yummy and thick. And you're going to see what it looks like, because I'll be getting the beans and tortillas out here, and we'll just see what happens. What do you think? Calabaza goodness. It's muy bueno. It's gotten nice and thick and yummy. And what I've done is take my plate and got some refried beans, a little sprinkle of, okay, you can't see them, there's little bacon bits underneath there, but cheese over the top of it. And let's get some of this served up. Now look how look how yummy that is. Look at that. Would you just look at that? The yummy yellow squash, the yummy deer meat or meat of your choice. And there you go, folks. Yummy calabaza. To all my amigos, hermanos, hermanas. Also, you might notice a little tortilla warmer. That's right. Always served some yummy flour tortillas off to the side, and of course, Uncle Jose to finish it off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Another edition of Chief's Kitchen. Calabaza. We're going to I would make some tamales if it wouldn't take me about 45 years. It's real hard for one person to make up a bunch of tamales. But anyway, here's to you. Thanks for watching the show. Lots more cooking fun happening. Love you guys.